When I was 9 years old, I found an old family photo album in the attic of my grandmother's house. Dusty, bound in cracked leather, it smelled like time itself. I flipped through the pages, watching the faces of my relatives frozen in time. My mom as a child. My grandfather I never met. My dad, looking awkward in the 80s. But there was one man who kept appearing again and again. He stood at the edge of every group. In weddings, birthdays, even vacations. He was tall, had deep-set eyes, and wore the same solemn expression in every photo. But no one ever talked about him. I asked my mom once, holding up the album, "Who's this man?" I pointed to him. She squinted, went pale, then quickly shut the album. Just an old family friend. He passed away a long time ago. I didn't understand her reaction then. But the fear in her eyes was unmistakable. I never asked again. Years passed. I grew up. Life got busy. We stopped going to Grandma's house after she passed. The house was locked up, left untouched like a museum of memories. But something about those photos stayed with me. That man. That stranger. His eyes seemed to follow me. When I turned 21, I inherited the house. My mom refused to even set foot inside. She didn't say why. Just sell it, she'd urge me. There's nothing there for you. But I couldn't. Something pulled me back. The first night I spent there, the house creaked like it was breathing. The air was stale, heavy with silence. I decided to go through the attic again, just to revisit those memories. The photo album was exactly where I remembered it. Same spot. Same dust. I flipped through it again. But this time, something was different. The man. He wasn't just in the background anymore. In one photo, he was standing closer, right next to my mom as a child. In another, he had his hand on my grandmother's shoulder. He had never been that close before. My heart began to race. I dug through the other boxes, searching for other albums. In every single one, he was there. Sometimes smiling faintly. Sometimes looking directly at the camera. It was as if he was getting closer with time. I scanned one photo taken during my 3rd birthday, a party I vaguely remembered. I saw myself in a little blue dress, face smeared with cake. And there he was, behind me, inches away. But I didn't remember him being there. No one ever mentioned him. I decided to scan the images and run a facial recognition search. The results came back. Empty. No matches. No records. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing footsteps in the hallway. Soft, slow, like someone dragging their feet. I called out, thinking maybe someone had broken in. No answer. Just silence. I checked every room. Nothing. But in the hallway, something new was taped to the wall. A photo. One I'd never seen before. It was of me. In that very hallway, from the night before. And, behind me, the man. I felt my blood go cold. I turned around instantly, no one was there. My breathing grew shallow. I grabbed my phone, locked myself in the guest room, and stayed up all night, staring at the door, waiting. The next day, I called my mom and demanded answers. She was quiet for a long time. Then she said the words that still haunt me. "You were never supposed to see him." I begged her to explain. She finally did. "When I was a little girl," she said, "he started appearing in our photos. At first, just in the background. We thought he was a neighbor or someone who had photobombed us. But then we noticed he never aged. Not once. Year after year, same face. Same clothes. Same stare." She told me how my grandparents tried everything: priests, shamans, even investigators. No one believed them. Until one night, they saw him in person. Standing at the foot of her bed. Just watching. They moved. Burned the albums. But somehow he always came back. "He only shows himself to one person at a time," she whispered. "He picks someone. Watches them. Waits. Waits for what?" I asked. "I don't know," she said. We never stayed long enough to find out. I hung up, heart thudding. I wanted to leave the house. Burn it down, even. But something in me needed answers. I set up cameras. Every room. Every hallway. I slept during the day, reviewed footage at night. For 2 nights, nothing happened. Then, on the 3rd night, I saw him. On the footage from the hallway. At exactly 3:07 a.m., the camera flickered. Then he was there. Just standing. Not moving. Watching my bedroom door. Then, he turned his head. Slowly. Toward the camera. The next morning, the lens was shattered. I had enough. I packed my bags. But before I left, I felt something urging me back into the attic. Like a whisper in my head. I followed it. In the corner, beneath a floorboard, I found a box. Inside were letters. Old ones. Written by my grandmother. Each one detailed sightings. Disturbances. The feeling of being watched. She had tried to trap him. Banish him. Nothing worked. But one letter stood out. It said, "He doesn't want to hurt us. He just wants someone to see him. To remember him. That's why he waits." I sat in that attic for hours, trying to understand. Was he a ghost? A curse? Or something else? That night, I did something crazy. I lit a candle in the living room. Sat on the floor. And I spoke to him. "I see you," I said. "I know you've been here. Watching. Waiting. Who are you?" The candle flickered. The room grew cold. And then I felt it. Not fear. Not danger. But sadness. I don't know how to explain it. But it was like feeling someone else's sorrow. Deep. Lonely. Agonizing. Then I saw him. For the first time. Not in a photo. But standing across the room. He didn't move. Didn't speak. He looked tired. Hollow. His eyes met mine. And I understood. He wasn't haunting us. He wasn't evil. He had been forgotten. Left behind by time. A man erased from history, clinging to the only remnants of proof he ever existed, our family photos. He chose families to remember him. To keep him from fading away. That was all. And now it was my turn. I stood up, walked to the shelf, and placed his photo there. Front and center. "You're not a stranger anymore," I said. "You're part of the family." And just like that, he was gone. The creaking stopped. The house grew still. Peaceful. I moved back into the house. Nothing strange ever happened again. But I keep his photo there. Right on the mantle. And every once in a while, I feel something. Like a soft breeze. A quiet whisper. A presence. Grateful. Watching. But no longer waiting. Because now, someone finally remembers him.